Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. We'll get started in just a few moments. Thank you for coming to my live show, Live and Be Great. I'm excited that you're here. Hope your Monday was amazing. If not, it's okay. We can start over again tomorrow. Hope you had a good weekend. I really do. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, heart the page. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. It's a little lag. Let me see if I can fix that. Can you see me? Hear me? Okay, so let's get started. Welcome to my show, Live and Be Great, my motivational talk show here to start your week off right, Mondays, and come back, decompress on Fridays. So I'm here Mondays and Fridays, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can hear me, if the quality is okay, if you found it okay, give me a thumbs up right there on your screen so I'll know if you can hear me. I wonder why it's going so slow today. I'll fix this for you guys. Okay. Such a weird lag. Okay, so this is live, as you can see, and the great thing about this network that you're on right now is unlike any other broadcasting network, you can actually bid to interact with me. And when I say bid, if you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see different price points and different time slots. You bid to talk to me, and the money it goes to charity, the charity of the week, which you would see highlighted every time you log on to the app. So not only can you come in and get your inspiration, you can donate to charity if you choose to. If you choose to chime in on any topic that I'm talking about, please feel free to do so. You can heart the page if you go to my profile and hit heart, or on the screen, if you click on the left side of your screen, you can click the heart there to get notifications every time I'm online. I hope you guys can hear me well over this music. Maybe I should turn it down a little bit. Let me turn it down. Set the mood here with this music. Okay. All right. So I'm back. If you are here Friday or any other time of the week, um, I was talking to everybody about the journey, not just focusing on the goals or accomplished goals or the people who you inspire to be like, but look at the journey. what did it take for them to get there? And Friday I asked, which was just a preview, so it's okay if you missed it. You can always go back. If you miss any of my shows, they will stay on my profile on this channel. So you can always go back and click on moments or click on most recent and or broadcast, click on most recent. You can find different takes of my episodes if you miss anything. It's okay, it'll always be here. But so, yes, Friday I did a preview of my show and I asked everybody to look at their past life. Look at what they've been through, like all the way from friends to past habits and to events that are very significant in shaping who you are today. Look at that and start picking apart different things that you learned about your past that have made you who you are today. Not only that, honoring the fact that your journey is unique, it's yours, and it's purposeful. It meant something. It shaped you into who you are today. It even led you to this channel, surprisingly or not, but that's how life works. Everything has a purpose, everything has a plan, and every downfall, you have to turn it into a lesson, not a loss. A lesson. And after you turn it into a lesson and you learn from it, then you can turn it into a blessing for yourself first and then for somebody else. Last week, I also showed the video of Steve Harvey talking about jump. And what he was saying was that every obstacle you face when you're heading towards your goal, it's necessary, and you have to not be afraid of failing. You have to not be afraid of bumps along the road. You have to jump. That's the only way you're going to be able to amount to anything or make the best of your life. You have to jump. You have to take risks. So, um, that was a very significant lesson that I learned before I made my jump here a year ago, which landed me this talk show. So I'm very excited, and I wanted to make sure that you guys didn't just focus on, wow, she has a platform, she could talk to people, she dreamt of it, but I wanted you to focus on how I got here. And that's why I told my story, which you'll hear more about. And you can also refer back to my previous episodes before. And those of you who are just joining us, hello. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Welcome to Live and Be Great. Today we're talking about journey, your journey in particular. I want you to look back on your past. Look back on your past at anything significant, as far as your friends you used to hang out with, any bad habits, any events that happened to you that are significant, that shaped who you are today, that kept you going. Something had to keep you going because you're still here. You're still breathing. You're still thriving. But in order to obtain any more goals and not be content, let's honor where you came from because it's important no matter who you are. So, right now, I'm going to play you a video of Oprah Winfrey talking about a significant part of her past that led her to where she is today. Give me just a moment while I load that up for you guys.
When I was 14 years old, I became pregnant and uh, hid the pregnancy for 7 months until the baby was born. And I say the baby because I was so disassociated and still do feel such a disassociation. I never felt like it was my baby. And in the process of hiding that secret, as we've talked about on this show, Life Class, hiding that secret and carrying that shame really blocked me in so many ways that I remember being taken to the detention home when my mother was going to put me out of the house at the age of 14, and being taken to the detention home and waiting to be processed through the detention home, and recognizing in that moment that I have been abused since I was 9 years old, raped at 9 years old, abused at 10 years old, molested for all of those years, and now pregnant as a result of that. And looking around the detention home at all of these girls who've been placed there for being bad girls. And I remember having a moment thinking, now I am officially a bad girl. I'm now, for the rest of my life, going to be called a bad girl because I'm going to be put in this place. And thinking to myself, sitting there waiting to be processed, that I really don't belong here, and I don't even know how this happened to me. That I am in a place for bad girls because I didn't feel like I was a bad girl. And as I sat there thinking, I don't belong in this place for bad girls because I'm not a bad girl. A woman comes out and says to myself and to my mother, I'm sorry, Miss Lee, but there's not enough room on our docket for your daughter. You'll have to come back in 2 weeks. There isn't enough room for her here. And my mother and I had to leave. And I was released to go to live with my father. And that was my saving grace. And so from that moment forward, I felt like I had been somehow saved, that somebody up there, out there, recognized that I wasn't a bad girl. And now here I was going to have another chance. And after I gave birth at 14 years old to a child that I never even knew how this even happened to me at the time, when that child died, my father said to me, this is your second chance. This is your opportunity to seize this moment and make something of your life. And I took that chance and understood for myself, even though I didn't have the words to articulate it, that now I know better, so I can do better.
So now she knows better, so she can do better. But how would she have known better if she did not go through something? If she didn't have less than better? It's in her journey. She had to look at her life, at what it was as a teenager who was pregnant and would have had to basically sacrifice everything, all the dreams that she had. It looked like it came to a halt for her. And then she got a second chance. She realized whatever her second chance was. Not saying that, okay, well, because she didn't keep because the baby didn't survive, that she would have not had a second chance, but she took that loss of her baby and turned it into a lesson, and then turned her life into a blessing. So that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about here today is everything you've been through, even the stuff that you don't that you put in the back of your mind that you just like, listen, that was the old me. I don't even want to look back at it, but you got to. You have to. I say it's important because in life, even when you do start reaching for bigger and better goals, try to get to the best part of you, there's always going to be obstacles that try to knock you off of that path. And they come harder and they come stronger the more you accomplish things. So, what you have to do, look back at your journey. What you went through before you got to that point, revel and be amazed and in awe and pat yourself on the back that you got through it. So you can always say, listen, if I could get through this, I proved that I could get through this part of my life. I'm still here. I'm still here for a reason. It all has purpose. It all has a lesson. It's all worth something. Your pain is worth something. It all has value. Value to you first, and then definitely somebody else who's going to look at your story and be inspired. And another thing, just because your journey may not seem maybe to you, if you compare it to somebody else's journey, which you shouldn't be doing, but if you compare it to somebody else's journey and you say, well, Tanya, I haven't been through all you've been through, or I haven't been through all Oprah's been through, or Steve Harvey, that doesn't matter. It doesn't. They had to go through their particular lesson for them that was designed for them to get it, right? And even though you can even say, well, since I've seen their journey, I don't need it to take me all of that, going through all of that for me to get it. They already went through it, so I don't have to. Look at it like that. Don't sit there and think just because, oh, this, that, and the third hasn't happened, you're not on the news for this. And don't think just because it wasn't that drastic. It was still your story. It was what you could learn from, what you could grow from. And it's always going to touch somebody. It's going to touch you first. Make it touch you first and propel you into greatness by looking back on your journey. Friday, I was telling you guys a little bit about my journey, and let me refresh your memory. So, even though I have this great platform and amazing things happened for me after I decided to jump and take that leap. What it took for me to understand was a lot. Near death experiences, three of them, from the being robbed at gunpoint to um, the fibroids to the car accident, car flipping over 3 times. Even in that moment, I didn't truly understand the lesson. I just thought, well, I need to appreciate life. But me finally, when I didn't have the answer, and when I was placed in an atmosphere to where I thought I was doing the best I could, but I was able to see the truth that I actually wasn't. I could do more. I could do more. This wasn't it for me. There was more for me to learn. And I got to that realization by being in touch with my higher self, getting to that place of serenity. And how you can do that is go someplace quiet with no interruptions. No interruptions. No cell phones, no TV, nobody talking to you, nothing. Just by yourself. Preferably in nature. Where I was on a cabin trip with my sorority sisters, and I went in the back of the cabin on the back deck, and I just sat there and I felt the universe and I felt God for the first time. Like really, really like speak to me. And when I say higher self, I believe that God is a part of all of us. He's within. He's within. The pastor, the prophet, they not closer to God than you are. And that's the misconception a lot of people have. You put all your faith in a man instead of the spirit and God and what you already have inside of you. Get to that place. I had to get to that place to where I can actually hear him and feel him. And another thing you have to teach yourself is, how do you hear him? Because it can be different for everybody. Like, as simple as you meeting somebody and them saying, a stranger, and them saying something to you that changes your whole entire day, that's been on your mind. That's him talking to you. That's the universe speaking to you. Listen to it. Go back and think about those times where you may been on Facebook, been on social media, and you see a quote and you're like, oh my gosh, like I needed that. That changed my whole day. That's him talking to you. That's the universe talking to you, right? Another thing that we have to do, when you look back, when you look back on your journey, right? We all have had some bad habits that kind of kept us in one spot. And I'll tell you the truth, the you can't accomplish anything new if you're doing the same thing you always been doing. Not You're not gonna be able to. That's why it's important to look at your journey and learn from the past. Learn from any pain, any trials or tribulations that you went through, right? Big one for me was procrastination. I'm still struggling with that, but I'm better. I'm way better than I was before. But procrastination will mess you up, and it'll have you wasting time, valuable time, when you procrastinate. That's one thing we have to stress on this journey to accomplishing our goals. Procrastination. Book, you take your book and you write out your plans for your life. A plan. Do you even have a plan written out to where you're okay? I'm gonna work on this today and work on this tomorrow and make sure this is done by the end of the week. That's fighting against procrastination. Actually seeing it on paper, writing it down, going back to it, and checking it off the list. That's gonna get you faster to your goals rather than just saying, okay, I want to get this done and never looking at it. Also, procrastination, what goes hand in hand with procrastinations, is 1,055 excuses as to why you can't get this goal done or that goal done. Knock it out. Knock it out. Stop doing it. Just stop. No procrastination. Hello, everybody who's just now joining us. We're talking about the journey, focusing on our journey and learning from it and using it to inspire us to keep going, pushing us forward to accomplishing our goals. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up right there on your screen. If you're seeing me for the first time, please heart the page so you can get a notification to your phone when I'll be live, and you can get these lessons and get your motivation to start you throughout the week, and come back Fridays and decompress and start over again. So that's Mondays and Fridays, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome. So, back to the lesson about our journeys. So, what we don't want to do is procrastinate and give excuses, right? Test yourself. Test yourself. Write down a goal. Write down a goal, a simple goal. Say, I'm going to call my mom in the morning, or I'm going to go running in the morning, or go for a walk, or call that friend that I've been meaning to call. Simple goal. Write it out. Then go back to it. If you didn't accomplish it, if you missed it, what excuse, when you looked at it, did you have for you not obtaining that goal? If you forget, everybody forgets that, it happens. You're human. But if you write out that goal, see how many excuses you have that come up with that simple goal for you not doing it at the time you said you were going to do it. We have to look at what's stopping us from living in our purpose. And it's the little tiny things like that. Those tiny goals that are important to us, but we find excuses as to why we can't do it. Get it done. Get it done. Stop procrastinating. Stop procrastinating. Another thing, journey. When you're looking at your journey, the small blessings, the small blessings. Like even stuff you don't even think is a blessing. Like you getting a parking ticket, that's a drag. But you had the money to pay it. You actually had the money to pay it off. That is a blessing. A small one, a struggle one to some of us, but it's a blessing. You got to look at the small things. Ooh, I almost ran into this car today. A blessing, because it could have went the total opposite way. But you didn't run into that car. It's a blessing. I have a job. I had food on the table. I got clothes to wear. I got all my limbs functioning. I'm healthy. Blessings. Start appreciating every tiny itty bitty aspect of your life and watch things change for you. How can you expect to have greater things if you don't appreciate what you have now? Revel in that. Be happy in that. You have another chance to keep going. It's too many people who leave this earth not being grateful. You see what I'm saying? And those that are, trust, they appreciated every little blessing that they had. Every little blessing. It counted for something. It made them appreciate life and the path they have led. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to my journey and the things have experienced, what else did we talk about? So we talked about bad habits, and I said procrastination. People, that's an important thing, an important key, which we will have a whole separate show to talk about. But people, that's important. Who is still with you, and who is got left in the dust? Based on you, based on them. Look at those people. Look at the type of people they were. How did they add? to your journey, and how did they give you a lesson? Because I don't want you to regret anything. No regrets. Why? Because your path and everything that has happened to you, be it a mistake or be it something you planned or something you failed at or a person that may have brought harm to you, may have hurt you, you have to thank them, forgive them, and thank them because you got out of it stronger than ever. They taught you a lesson not to do this, not to do that, not to have them around anymore. Be it an ex or an ex friend, it's important. Anybody who has ever done anything to me, down to the guy that robbed me at gunpoint, it it changed my life for the better. It taught me a lesson, and I thank them for that. I thank every ex that has done me wrong, and even though those who haven't done me wrong, it was some of them that taught me some valuable things about myself. Some of them even taught me how to value myself more. They saw things in me that I didn't see in myself as a woman. I didn't honor in myself, and they taught me. They taught me that, so I thank them for that. Anybody in your past that's not there anymore. It's important that you look back, learn the lesson from whatever happened, forgive, don't forget, forgive, and use it as another standing stone as to honor where you are today. It's important that you do that. But I will say, you'll attract a certain type of people, and the people that you attract, when you see multiple versions of them, surprising thing is that there's a piece of you in these type of people. That's how the universe works. Some people, they're put in your life to show you something about you that needs to be corrected, that needs to be brought to the surface, that's in the unconscious, that makes you uncomfortable. It's the reason why you keep attracting those people. Also, when you look at your past and you see certain events and you say, this event is like this event and this event is like this, and why do I have to go through this? Why do I have to keep going through it? My answer for that is, you didn't get it the first time you went through it. You didn't learn what you were supposed to learn the first time. That's why you had to keep going through it. You didn't get what you were supposed to learn. Break it down, pick it apart, and actually look at, okay, what's alike about these events? What's alike? And why do I keep attracting this? Why does this keep happening to me? Learn from it. Don't just look at it as a hurt and a pain and, oh, I don't want to experience that again. Look at why you were experiencing that. What were you not taking seriously at that moment? What did you not change about yourself in that moment? When I told you guys about my journey, right? And me having to go through 3 near death experiences. And I told you, okay, from the first one, let me appreciate life more. From the second one, oh, I'm so happy. I love my passion. I'm supposed to be in my passion. Boom. The third one, I'm supposed to be in my passion, but should I be doing more? Am I really living my truth? Am I really doing all I can do? Am I leaping? Do I have faith in the gifts that God has given me, the universe has given me? And if I do, what am I doing to show that? At these jobs or in anything that takes up a lot of your time during the week, whatever that may be a job, be an activity, be it doing a favor for your friend. Are you taking time out to sit there and add to the goal that you want to accomplish? Because that's the only way it's going to work. Take time day, each day. Don't just sit there and be adding and being an asset to somebody else's dream or what they need done. What are you doing for yourself besides paying the bills? What are you doing that's a part of the plan to get to that goal that you want to accomplish? Simple. Simple as I want to eat better. I'm tired of getting fast food on my lunch break. I want to eat better. After you get off work, go to the grocery store. That same money that you're spending on fast food at lunchtime, go to the grocery store, get you something healthy. Change it. Okay. Say, for me, when I was working my IT job, when I finally got to my time where I said, I'm going to take off now, daily, daily, I said, okay, I want to move to California. So, how can I get there? I could go to grad school. I've always had a love and a passion for psychology. So, I'm going to go to grad school. I'm going to apply in California. Also, another thing I did, I'm a dancer. The schools I apply for, they're going to be around my favorite dance studio in LA. Plan, plan. You may not have all the answers, but put forth some effort, some type of something, some type of strategy to get to that goal. Always have an exit plan. If you someplace you know you don't want to be for the rest of your life, start planning how to get out and how to get there. And will it take? What will it take for you to take that step, that jump, that leap into your purpose? Again, look back at your journey. What did it take for you to get to where you are today? Good and bad. What did it take? Get to the point. I want everybody to get to the point to where they shock themselves. Like, I can't believe I got this done after talking about it for so long. It's finally done. Then don't stop there. Go further. See where it takes you. See what happens. What do you have to lose? Don't just stop at, oh, I got that promotion. What can I do to own the company? What can I do to own my own company and be better than this one? Go further. Go further. Don't forget about self. Don't forget to feed yourself with what you need to get there. Like doing things that you love or you wish you had more time to do. Make time. Make time. That's a part of life. Make time. Don't sit there and just work to death. Make time to sow back into yourself because you're worth it. And you're not a machine. You're not a machine. Don't get it twisted. You're not a machine. Yes, we all have responsibilities, but there's still a life involved. Your life and the people's lives that you impact every day. Feed yourself, nourish yourself. One of the ways to do that is what you're doing right now. Getting motivated, getting inspiration, positivity, surrounding yourself. I can even, I would love, maybe not this week, but one of the weeks that we're broadcasting to challenge you guys to only watch positive programming the whole week. The whole week. Just watch positive programming. Be around positive people. Read positive books the whole week. After you get off work, during your lunch break, do it. See how your whole energy changes, the atmosphere changes. It's important. It's about feeding and nourishing that vessel of yours, the mind, the heart, the spirit, and see how much power there is in that and what it does for your life. It's important. Back, I'm gonna keep stressing. I'm gonna keep stressing. Look back on your life and the lesson you learned from this pain, this trial, this tribulation. How has it blessed you? All my trials and tribulations that I tell you guys about, they have blessed me with this. I'll show y'all in the book when I can locate the book, but this is something that I asked the universe for, that I asked God for. And the mindset that I had to get to, it, once I tapped into it, doors begin to swing open. They begin to swing open, bust open, even doors that I didn't know would ever open for me. I spoke it. I spoke it and I affirmed it and I made out a plan to get to it. And I said, God, I trust you. You brought me this far. You brought me to California with barely any money in the bank and no place to live and no car to drive. You brought me here. All right. It's that simple. Not only did I ask, but I believed. You got to believe in you. Believe in those dreams that you have. You're having them constantly for a reason. You're supposed to be living in it. That's a part of your purpose. It's a part of mine. Today I sit in front of you in my purpose. I have this show because I asked God to give me a platform to help people see what I see, feel what I feel, attain everything that their heart desires. because that's what I'm doing. And that's what I feel like the world needs. I don't have to hold the secret to myself of how I got here. It's simple. I believed, and I believed it in every fiber, every thought, every dream from from the people. I would get confirmation from this person and that person and this person and strangers that I was where I was supposed to be. So that made me stronger and not afraid to continue to dream even bigger and bigger and bigger. Overwhelming, the overwhelming part is that it happened so fast. This was a year ago. I asked God to give me this platform to bring people closer to Him and to get people to finally live the life that He intended them to live, to finally live in their purpose, whatever that may be. Help them find their purpose. That was important to me, very important to me. It's not about being a famous superstar or anything like that. God, if you give me a platform, a big enough one, I promise everybody gonna know how I got here. You gave me these gifts and these talents to share with the world, not to hold it all to myself. For what? When I leave here, when I leave this earth, I want to be remembered for being great, for actually making the best use of my time and my love and my blessings while I was here. And not wishing I did. I had too many examples of that, of people who left here not knowing their value, their worth, and being too afraid to go after what they deserve. Nope, I'm not here for that. Not at all. I'm here to be something, to be a blessing. And so are you. This show is to connect people with the greater parts of them by looking at the things that made us ashamed and that drove us into fear and made us feel like we couldn't we couldn't do better and have better. I want to connect those people, the people who don't understand why they went through whatever it is that they went through. Is to help somebody else. Somebody, be it a family member, a stranger, or a friend. Somebody is counting on you. It could be from tomorrow to years from now. Somebody is counting on you to get through that pain and be victorious. Because when they see you be victorious, then they believe in themselves. They believe that they too can be victorious. And I appreciate anybody who wants to come on the show and and share their story. I appreciate you because you doing your part and you showing that you have value. Your pain has value to bring somebody else up out of the darkness. And even if you come on my show, you bid in, you talk to me, and you share your story, and you don't understand what the lesson is in it is, let me help you. Let the audience members, whoever's watching it, and if you see somebody call in and they just venting, and we can't figure out what's going on, what's the lesson in it. Guarantee you, one of you guys is going to be watching that audience member call in and have an answer, have seen it, have lived through it. And that's going to bless you as well as bless them. It's going to bless you because now you have reason and value for your pain, what you went through in your journey. It's important. It's very important. Those of you who are just joining me, we're talking about the journey and honoring your journey and what led you to get here, picking it apart, the lessons, no loss, no regrets, just lessons, and turning them into blessings. They're blessings because it got you here today. You still have another chance. You learned from it and you shaped your life learning from that pain, from that pitfall, from that trial. You get back up and you use it not only to teach yourself and encourage yourself, but to encourage somebody else. Don't be afraid to bid into the show and talk to me for a minute or two about what you're feeling and what you're getting from what I'm saying and venting and answers and listen, if you want to vent about a goal that you can't obtain and you call up here with an excuse, I promise I'll knock it right on out. Trust me, that I'm good at that. I'm very optimistic. I love seeing the light in every situation. I really do. That's my favorite thing to do. Even when I don't want to do it for myself. When I don't want to do it for myself, I'm surrounded by people that are so great that they gonna do it for me. They are. You are what you attract, and I have attracted a lot of great people, a lot of great people in my life that I'm grateful for. Another thing that I was saying earlier about people who were in your past and who are not there anymore. Think about the people, and they might still be there, but think about the people that you brought a goal to. What was their first instinct? Was their first instinct to question it? Was their first instinct to say, oh, wow, that sounds good. Yeah, you should do that. What was it? Analyze that. Analyze that answer. What what did they say to you? Those people who we are close to, who you were close to, it may not be there anymore, it may still be there. Don't be afraid. Because sometimes I know in my past journey, there has been people that were very close to me and I brought them something that I was like, man, I really wish I could do this. And they completely shot me down and dismissed me. And not to sound weak or anything, but because of who the person was, it affected me. And it made me feel like my idea or my dream or my goal was dumb. That person had to go. They either gotta go or you gotta stop telling them stuff. Sad part about it is, and somebody great told me this, but the same amount of people that are praying for you, sometimes double that are praying against you, and they don't even realize they doing it. Same people who shot down that idea you had, didn't even give it a chance, didn't even try to say, okay, well, how can we make this happen? Let's look this up. Let's work on this together. Maybe I can ask somebody about this venture that you want to do. They didn't even try. They don't realize that that negativity towards you is a threat against what you have to accomplish. Notice those people, figure out who they are, and try your best when you finally get into gold mode, cut them loose. I'm not saying to stop talking to them forever, but you know who it is, who you can't tell certain things to. You already know because they put a damper on everything you come up with. You know who that is. You know exactly who it is. Distance yourself. Distance. Not saying you gotta come all the way across state like I did, but you gotta reevaluate that. Reevaluate that because remember I said you are what you attract. You are what you attract. So the negative person that tells you something negative about your goal, what they're gonna do is bring out that fear, the thought that will stop you in your tracks from accomplishing your goals. They're gonna bring that out and show it to you. You have to choose what you're gonna do with that. The people who've been through something and make it, and the people who've been through something and don't, the big difference is their belief. They believed they couldn't do it, or they believed that they could. It's a difference. It's a difference in it. Neither is better than the other. Neither is better than the other, but the change in their life, they choose it. It's their path. Some people, we got harder lessons to learn than others in order for us to get it. And even then, you're going to be tested. You have to put your money where your mouth is. Huh. I believe in myself. I believe I do this and do that. Oh, really? All right. Huh. So I'm going to be thrown at you. Thrown at you. Stuff's gonna start falling apart. One thing that is true that old people, older, wiser people will tell you, everything everything sometimes seems to fall apart right right when you at your breakthrough. It has to. It's there to distract you and knock you off course. Don't let it. Don't let it. Everything, trust me, listen. Before I got this talk show, everything fell apart. A lot, a lot. I've been through a lot. It's a lot of lessons I'm learning, but it's necessary in order for me to get to that next level in my journey. It's very, very, very necessary. It's training. It's important. It's very important. So today, when we go through the rest of the week, I want you to set some goals. Write them down. Write them down. Right? Write your goals down for the week. Small, big, large, whatever you feeling like doing. Write them down and try to train yourself not to give an excuse. And if you do have an excuse, write the excuse down. Look at it. Look at it. See how much value it has. Right? Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to then cross out that excuse and put a check mark by that goal. Battle, battle it. Put one side, draw two columns, two columns. Y'all see this? All right, two columns, right? On one side, put goals, and then on the other side, put excuses. Sorry, my handwriting isn't the best. All right, one side goals, one side excuses. Do it. Do it this week. Write down your goals. Write down your goals. See, challenge yourself to not put any excuse. That's what I would say. And if you do, it's okay. Write it down. Do me a favor and write it down. Do yourself. Write it down and look at that excuse and challenge yourself. Do whatever you have to do to put a line through the excuse and put a check mark against the goal. Some of you, depending on what type of goals that you have, some of you may be able to not have to put down any excuse. You on the right path. You really are. You really are on the right path. Now, if you do end up not having any excuse, maybe look at the size of the goal. Challenge yourself again to write an even bigger goal to accomplish just this week. Just this week. Get it done. I believe in you. I told you guys before and I say it again. If you need a cheerleader, woo, go you. I got you. Mondays and Fridays. Mondays and Fridays. Get your motivation. Get your inspiration. Okay? Like seriously, just do it. My goal is to get all my work done because I'm in grad school for marriage and family therapy. Um, yeah, to get all my work done, my homework, to get some more commercials out for you guys so you can send it to your friends and to do some me time for myself. That's what I need because I've been working, 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 working. I need some more me time. A lot of us do. So doing something that I really love that I don't have to think about any stresses of the day. That's gonna be one of my goals. So I will let you know. I'm gonna be truthful with you. I will let you know. I'm gonna challenge myself too. Another thing that I want to stress to you guys is the unique thing about my show is that I'm not at the top of my game just yet. I'm not. I still have so much more growing to do, so much more living to do, so much more to accomplish. But I want to use this show as kind of like a family atmosphere, a team atmosphere, so we can be on this journey and inspire each other and motivate each other together. I'm right here with you in the fight. Right here with you in the fight. Okay? So remember, click the heart at the bottom to get notifications about the show and when I'll be going live. And also click the thumbs up as well if you were able to hear me and see me and get your lessons. Um, you can always DM me if you go to my profile and look at the message box. DM me in any questions you have for me, anything you would like for me to share on the air, anything I didn't touch on today that you want to find out more about. DM me. I'll always answer you. I promise I'll get to you as soon as possible. But yes, don't forget to click the heart, give me a thumbs up, send me messages, whatever you need. Um, this is the beginning of the show, and I'm excited that you guys have decided to come and join me. Um, this is going to be a special experience for our lives, and it's I feel like it's what a lot of people have been missing, and I want to bring people out of depression and to bring awareness to themselves and their goals, and to get them finally living in their purpose, because I'm living in mine. There is no reason, absolutely no reason why you can't live in yours. Why not? Go after your dreams, go after your goals, but you have to stay positive. Use this, use this show as a way to stay positive, because I believe you can do it. Change your mind, change your surroundings, change whatever you're doing. Take the steps you need to believe in yourself. Don't just pray about it, don't just wish it, don't just dream it. Believe that it will come into fruition. It will. And it's only going to come when you're ready. I promise you that. It's only going to come when you're ready, when he deems you ready. And I tell you guys all the time, I'm in awe that this happened only a year after I wrote it down as a goal. Only a year. I asked for a platform, and God, the universe, they deemed me worthy of having it now. I thought it would be years from now. And they seen it fit now. That's why this journey is unique. And I'm excited to have everybody that's watching on this journey. Like this, this is going to change your life. It's going to change my life, and it's going to add to it. Like I want you to get the motivation to talk to people yourself, and to motivate and inspire people yourself. Anybody who you see struggling, show them, be that example. Be that example for them that anything is possible. The way you do that is by accomplishing your goals and believing and putting forth a plan and honoring your journey. Look back on your journey. What got you to today? What got you to click and watch this show? What's going to get you to keep watching? What's going to get you to actually learn from what I'm giving you, and to apply it to your life, your journey? Led you all the way up to this point, and it has purpose. It has meaning. You're watching me right now for a reason.